I ring the bell. Ding. Opening roll call, please, yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Here.
Mrs. Coons?
Here.
Mr. Reitner?
Here.
Ms. Anderson?
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hello, you're calling
Pledge
me in?
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
That was a yes.
I'd like to make a motion to excuse Laura Cochran from this meeting.
I'll second.
Thank you, guys. Laura is actually down
She's on the phone right here.
somebody's phone, and thanks, John. And there's been a motion and seconded. All in favor? I'm at the wrong meeting. Go ahead. Roll call, please. Too many meetings, I'm telling you.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
I would like to make a motion to excuse Sam Ray for this
I
evening.
second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
And Sam is absent for illness. He's very, very ill.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Feel better,
St.
Sam.
Patrick's Day, he's a little green under the gills.
Okay, thank you, council.
I didn't ask.
Moving on, we're looking first for a motion to accept minutes from March 3rd, 2025 council meeting as presented, not read, please.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes from March 3rd, 2025 council meetings as presented and not read.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
We're looking next for a motion to accept purchase orders from March 1st, 2025 to March 14th, 2025 totaling $27,822.23 as presented, not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept purchase orders from March 1st, 2025 to March 14th, 2025, totaling $27,822.23 as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Thank you, council. We're looking next for a motion to accept bills from March 1st, 2025 to March 14th, 2025 totaling $223,905.41 as presented, not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept bills from March 1st, 2025 to March 14th, 2025 totaling $223,905.41 as presented and not read.
I second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Thank you, council. We're next looking for a motion to accept the February 2025 bank reconciliation report as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept February 2025 bank reconciliation reports as presented and not read.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Thank you. We're moving next into the reading of ordinances and resolutions with our village administrator, Tracy Sayers.
Resolution number 7441-2025, a resolution approving the police chief to hire Charles Saylor as a part-time patrol officer with the Lakemore Police Department. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to hire Charles Saylor as a part-time patrol officer with the Lakemore Police Department. Section 2, Mr. Saylor will serve a 1-year probation. Section 3, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4, this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution should take effect immediately. Resolution number 7442-2025, a resolution accepting the agreements from Ohio Edison for street lighting in Hidden Lake Estates Phase 9. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council accepts the agreements from Ohio Edison for street lighting in Hidden Lakes Phase 9. Section 2, the agreements are attached hereto and made part of as fully written herein. Section 3, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the adoption of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all such deliberations of this council and any of its committees that resulted in formal action were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4, this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution should take effect immediately. Ordinance number 1884-2025, an ordinance authorizing all actions necessary to accept Northeast Ohio Public Energy Council, or NOPEC, 2025 Energized Community Grant. Whereas the Village of Lakemore, Ohio, or the village or grantee, is a member of the Northeast Ohio Public Energy Council, or NOPEC, and is eligible for one or more NOPEC Energized Community Grants for 2025. NEC grants as provided for in the NEC grant program guidelines. And whereas the grantee wishes to enter into a grant agreement with NOPEC Inc. in substantially the form presented to this council to receive one or more NEC grants, and now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio, that Section 1, this council of the grantee, or the council, finds and determines that it is in the best interest of the grantee to enter into the grant agreement to accept the NEC grants for 2025, and authorizes the village administrator to execute the grant agreement to accept the NEC grants funds. Section 2, this council finds and determines that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the adoption of this ordinance were taken in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council and any of the committees that resulted in those formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with the law. Section 3, this ordinance shall go into effect on and after the earliest period allowed by law. Ordinance number 1885-2025. An ordinance to amend ordinance 1874-2024, make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to increase appropriations in General Fund $27,000 for tree grant and Huntington Bank fees. Permissive Motor Vehicle License TAC Fund 2101, $10,000 for Hammond Tree for the 2025 road paving program. Note principal on Police Facility Fund 3102, $18,752.69 for the renovation projects. Section 2, Treasury for payments from any of the foregoing appropriations upon receiving proper certificates and vouchers therefore, approved by the board or officers authorized by law to approve the same, or an ordinance or resolution of council to make the expenditures, provided that no warrant shall be drawn or paid for salaries or wages, except to persons employed by authority of and in accordance with law or ordinance. It shall be provided further that the appropriations for contingencies can only be expended upon appeal of 2/3 vote of council for items of expense constituting a legal obligation against the village for purposes other than those covered by other specific appropriations herein made. Section 3, this ordinance is hereby declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation of the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore, Ohio. Therefore, this ordinance shall go into effect immediately. That's it.
We're moving next into the mayor's report. And I would like to announce, there's been some questions about the status of Rock the Docks this year. And I am happy to announce that it is going to take place again. I'm not sure about the soft start Thursday, but it is slated to begin for sure, at least on Friday, the 27th of June, Saturday, the 28th, and Sunday, the 29th. And we're looking forward to another successful year of Rock the Docks. I've also been asked to report on, I just had it in my hand too, on the collections from, or the payment to Akron for our sewer bill. And that was this month, close to $88,000. So I want, I want that to go on the record that we paid a check to the city of Akron for $88,000 to cover 1 month of our sewer fees, okay? So I've been asked repeatedly to do that. I'm happy to announce at every meeting. We go over it in our approvals, but you don't see that, the exact numbers behind what we pay, but that's the status of last month, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fill a cruiser. I don't know if anybody was were you gonna talk about that, Chief? We're planning a fill a cruiser with the police department over at Dollar General. Were you gonna talk about that, or I have it on my list? Do you care?
No.
Okay. That's the 12th and 13th of April, and we're doing it kind of in conjunction with the Easter holiday, but of course it's for the benefit of
Lakemore.
Shop with the
Shop
cop
with the
later
Cop.
on in December.
Okay, and that's pretty much all I have. We'll start with Mr. Scrivener on my right for council reports.
Oh, I'd just like to remind everybody about Spectrum Community Channel 1023, where they show all of our council meetings. You can watch the Springfield trustees meetings. They're for all local government meetings, programs, and information with community events. You can check them out on Spectrum Channel 1023. They also have a Facebook page, a blog, and you can go online at springfieldtownship.us and get all the information you want from them. Also like to remind everybody, multiple events going on this summer. There is a list going on, and I'll remind everybody, we have a fishing derby coming up for the kids again, which is always a good time, on June 28th. We also are doing an invasive plant pool in Springfield Lake on 6/11, and that'll be going on from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., which is basically taking all the, going out and getting all the non-native plants taken away from the edge of the water and try to get more of our native plants and stuff replanted or to be able to thrive. Also, Earth Day, which will be 4/22, and I think there'll be a special trash pickup for that day. I'm not real sure.
We're working on something.
it, so. And with that, I'm gonna stop. Carry on.
Thanks, John. Vicki, you're up.
Okay, I have a couple things. The Easter egg hunt for Lakemore is going to be at Springfield High School at 1 p.m. on April 19th. We always have, it's kind of a weather dependent if we're in the gym or outside, so to be determined for that. Also, another thing I wanted to talk about, I had made a little announcement on Facebook about a project that I'm really excited about. The Habitat for Humanity picked up our community for this really cool project. We have this building down at the lake. We're going to open it up, and hopefully we're going to pass out free lunches to the kiddos in the summer. They're going to help us with picnic tables and fill the shed with fishing poles and bring back parks and recs for our kids. So this is a really exciting project. I have a lot of people who have want to help and volunteer, so a lot more information to come on that. I'll try to update everyone on Facebook as we know more about lunches and when we'll be able to provide them and stuff like that. But we'll be working on that building down at the lake on May 30th and May 31st. So if you see some people down there, that's what we're working on. I'm really excited. The other thing I wanted to talk about, we have 2 school board members here tonight that is going to talk to you guys a little bit about the levy in May. I was going to talk a little bit, but I'm going to let these guys, they know more about it. I just urge everyone to please show up for our schools, show up for our kids. We have to pass these, or there's just nothing left. So the urgency is more than ever, but I'll let them talk more about it. And with that, I mean, we just got a lot of great things going. I'm so excited to be down at the park all summer with the kiddos. Tracy's been helping me, and the Easter egg hunt and levy, and I think that's it.
Thanks, Vicki.
Anything to add? Okay, all right, and that's all I have.
I would just like to say that the county prosecutor is going to be speaking at Springfield Assembly on 4/29, 11 a.m. Chief Magistrate Elliott is going to speak at a workshop on 4/15 at 6 p.m., which I don't know where it's going to be at. I would also like to announce the next council meetings will be April 7th and April 21st at 6 p.m. here at the Administration Building. And at the Lakemore Food Pantry is this Wednesday, the 19th, from 4:30 to 6 p.m. That's all I have.
Thanks,
Thanks, Ed.
Heather.
All right, the next council workshops will be March 25th and April 15th, each at 6 p.m. here in this room. Now that the weather's kind of starting to get into a little bit warmer, people can start getting out and cleaning up their yards and things like that. So we do ask that you try not to blow leaves and grass clippings in the roads and the waterways. They do have a negative impact. We also ask that if you're going to be starting to fertilize and things, your plants, and try not to use pesticides and things like that, because again, those negatively impact the lake as well. And I do know that we will soon be opening up for the, it wasn't on the list, but soon we'll be doing the community gardens.
Yes.
Not sure when that will
We
be.
kind of already did, and there's only a couple spots left, so.
Oh, okay. But I did want to make people aware, so now if you're kind of in the mindset of going into your gardening and getting your plants, your seedlings ready for planting and stuff, not a lot of people know this, but with your EBT card, you can purchase seeds and bulbs, not for flowers, but if it is a food product, you can do that. So that'll kind of help, with your food budgets and stuff to maybe start growing some of your own things if you want to do it down here at the community garden. So, but if you do, if you want to get one of those spots that's left, contact Tracy, and she'll be more than happy to get you set up. So that's all I have.
Thanks,
I'd
Heather.
like to add one more thing. Residents, please remember that if weather's getting nice, motorcycle riders are out, and the leaves and the grass that you blow in the street is hazardous to motorcycle riders. So let's be kind to those who drive on two wheels.
Absolutely. Thanks, Heather. Tracy, do you have a report?
Yep. So the first thing we found out today that a grant that I applied for with the Ohio EPA to replace the generator for a water system, they did award us $50,000. Unfortunately, the generator that we need is going to be $135,000. So we still have to come up with the other $80-some thousand. But the generator that we have right now isn't working consistently, and obviously we need water. So we're working on that. H.M. Miller, they're the company that's working over here on Michael's Chelsea. They're the ones crossing over Springfield Lake Drive. For the next couple of days, the only way that you'll be able to access Meadow and Chelsea is if you access it from Canton Road. They're replacing a section of water line on Danforth, so that area is blocked. The safety services know, dispatch knows, school busing knows. So, but they're doing water line, sewer line, storm water work, and roadway for Adela, Danforth, Michaels, Fairdale. So it's a big project. April 11th, we're going to have a bid opening here at 11 for taking bids for resurfacing Meadow, Chelsea, and the portion of Danforth that's left after this project they're doing right now. NOPEC, we're applying for, that's one of the pieces of legislation. We got a quote to upgrade the panel and lighting at the building at Dodds Park, wire it for hand dryers, and then replace some of the old lights on the poles outside. And the grant's gonna cover all that, so that's exciting. We've applied for grants with the state for putting in a sidewalk up Sanitarium from Lake Road up to the high school. I haven't heard anything back about that yet, but we're hoping that we get that. And I'm still waiting to hear back about a grant that we applied for along with Springfield Township and the Summit County Engineer's Office, the Summit Soil Division, to take extensive samples of the water at different levels of Springfield Lake and the dirt below it to try to figure out what's fueling the harmful algae bacteria and all that. So hopefully we'll get it. It'll be exciting. So that's all I have.
Okay, I just have a couple things to add. I'd like to invite everyone to the chamber meeting for general members. It's this Wednesday at noon at Uncle Tito's, and our guest speaker for the day is our Springfield Local School District Superintendent Shelley Monachino. She'll be coming to address the chamber, Springfield Lakemore Chamber of Commerce, as to the status of Springfield Local School District. So we're very excited to welcome her this Wednesday. That's just 2 days from now. And I just want to do a little plug for the Lakemore Lions Scholarship and the Rotary Club of Port Summit Scholarships. Those are open and ready for applicants, so we've really peppered the counselors in the area with the application. So hopefully some local students will benefit.
And
applying.
the Springfield Lakemore cable
The
channel
the
too.
cable channel, and yeah. 50 plus. I mean, there's so many scholarships out there, so I hope people are gonna take advantage of that.
And Laura's.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jimmy Lewis, yeah, Lewis Brothers Scholarship.
My
Okay,
daughter could use a few of those.
Tell her to apply.
please have them, have her apply,
Yeah.
please, thank you. So that's all I have. Anything else?
No,
Don,
I'm good.
Ed, Heather,
We're good.
Megan?
Nope.
No? Okay, we're moving next into appearing before council, and first on our agenda is Donnie Furlong from the Springfield Local School Board. You representing?
Yes,
Talk-
well, I'm community member.
Oh, perfect, yeah, thanks.
So for those who don't know me, my name is Donnie Furlong. I'm a community member, parent, board member, athletic supporter, band supporter. First thing, I just wanted to say thank you to you guys. You guys do an awesome job supporting Springfield local schools. And to me, it's one, right? There's no real division, maybe a different zip code, depending on what road you're on, but it's all the same to me, right? This Thursday at 6:30, in the junior high school auditorium where the band concert just was, we will have the levy meeting, and we will, I think we're gonna have a couple hundred people there, and maybe 50 or 60 more would be great. But yeah, we're just gonna have information about the status of the school, exactly where we're at, what we're up against the wall of our losses that we could have. But more importantly, if we vote yes, the things we're gonna keep. So try to keep it in that positive light. So that is this Thursday, and a couple more dates real quick. Military voting starts the 21st. Deadline to register to vote is this April 7th. Early voting starts the 8th. Absentee voting starts on the 8th. And election day is officially May 6th. So mark your calendars. If anyone needs a ride, please call me. I will take you there.
Same. Call me. I'll take you.
We want to make sure that everyone's represented. I have a daughter who turned 18, who's graduating this year, so she will be coming with me on her first adventure to vote. And I also have a daughter who is entering 9th grade this year. So sports and school and career centers, all that stuff, very, very important to myself and hopefully all of us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Donnie.
Absolutely. Up next, we have Dave Hofer, also from the Springfield Local School District.
Well, good evening, everybody, council members, and the Village of Lakemore community members. I'm taking a different route. We're in the biennial budget. For those that are on council, you would understand that that's the state budget they're planning for the next 2 years. Unfortunately, there are some, for public schools, there's some real drawbacks to this House bill. Shelley, I think, is in light, if you will see some of her presentations, I think Donnie even has it with him. Springfield Schools is projected to lose $420,040 for 4-year 25 and 26, and another $420,040 in 4-year 26 and 27. I appeared to the Educational Committee in Columbus, the House, and presented testimony. What I'm really asking all of you is contact our rep, which would be Jack Daniels. The Senate rep for this area is Casey Weinstein. And then look up Ohio House Educational Committee members. Sarah Fowler is the chair, Mike Adosio is the vice chair. And write a handwritten letter to all of those people if you can. I've already written 8 to that educational committee. So just in 2 years, we'll lose $840,000. Just right now as a biennial budget stands. So there was a lot of testimony against that. I came out as a proponent against House Bill 96, even though there are some areas in House Bill 96 that are actually advantageous for the state. For example, and I have said this for years, this is one little snippet. In addition, our local taxpayers in Springfield Township, Springfield local schools, I should say, pay 61.8% to support Akron Springfield local schools, while the state share is 38.2%. And further, this share will seemingly get smaller as property values have increased. Increasingly, if the inputs are kept at 4-year 22 rates, that was their suggestion, that was the governor's budget, There's already an amendment to increase that, not to use four-year 22, to probably use either four-year 24 rates for the calculation. Even interesting more, at DeRolf in '94, when DeRolf was, forgive you some history, at the DeRolf filing of when, I believe it was Little Switzerland, the school district in southern Ohio filed the case of DeRolf. The average state share was 46.2%. This was a figure I got from Ohio School Boards Association. With nothing done in House Bill 96, that will decrease to 32.2. So it's about a 14% drop. So I don't have the problem with some of this is they want to shift into charter schools and vouchers. I don't have a problem with vouchers per se. The problem I have with vouchers is it's not accountable. Everything that we spend at Springfield schools, we have to account for. Treasurer has to itemize that, have a budget, and then that is audited by the state. Vouchers are not. So when you write, please ask your representatives that they would make vouchers accountable when they hand vouchers out. That is one of the things that is really driving a wedge between charter schools and public schools right now, is the unaccountability of the voucher system. Parental choice I don't have a problem with, but I have a problem with parental choice and vouchers not being accounted. That's the issue. That is a real driving issue. So that's what I'm here for. House Bill 61 is another interesting one. It should increase the homestead exemption. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to play. If we give the property owners some relief, we ended up getting a windfall, not because we asked for it, because of the evaluations across the state, just not in Summit County. Evaluations are across the state of Ohio. We ended up getting about 2.2 million. So I don't know how some of this is going to fly. There is a flurry of activity because of the biennial budget and things being, and it's hard to keep up on, but these two are important. So please, if you see your resident, have them sit down, write a handwritten letter. The testimony that I said is written in their docket, and I write a handwritten letter. Reason why is if you just have an emailed letter, the aide for that legislator will look at it and go, oh, well, that will go on this pile, and you may get to it. If it's handwritten, they may look at it. It's because somebody sat down and took the time to write it, address it, and I'll look at it and goes, this will probably have a higher tendency to be read. So I would suggest if you can, I print. I don't write. My cursive is terrible, so I print. But that's what I do. So that's what I'm asking the residents of Lakemore to do. If I get a chance, I'll do that over to Township. That's an update.
I have a question. How much, I know when they started the lottery, back in the day, a portion of the proceeds was to go to the school systems across the
does.
state. How much, percentage-wise, if you know off the top of your head, what was it then? Has it reduced since then?
No, I would have to look those charts up to give you a figure offhand. I'd probably misrepresent that. At one time, I thought it was 3 to 5%, but don't hold me to that one.
I won't.
I know it's up. It is now over time. It's been over a couple $1 billion, but there's a chart.
There's a lot more that
there's a
could go
chart.
to.
I know the
Yeah.
MGMs, the casinos have kicked in, but I know there was a bill floated that would increase the take from those. I don't know where that legislation's at right now, Heather. But I'd
Gotcha.
have to look up those charts to give you those numbers in depth.
I think it would be nice if they could raise those, you know.
But it is, I mean,
Yeah.
my father said when that came in '73, he goes, they're just saying that so they can get it in.
Absolutely.
That was my dad's quote.
Yes,
so-
absolutely. I'm with your dad on that one, so,
My father is long gone, so he did see through that one.
yeah.
So
All
any
right.
other questions?
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you
very
Appreciate it.
much.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, if you need any updates, SP Hofer at _ Springfield Spartans, reach out to me, or reach out to Rich. I can sit down and talk with.
Have a coffee.
somebody. Wait, yeah, we do need to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Donnie, thanks, Dave. Springfield Local School Board members are always welcome and received with open arms here. Thank you for coming. Last on tonight's agenda for appearing before council, we have John Yergin. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor. John Yergin, 1177 Hanover Drive. I'd like to ask a question about Brittany Boulevard that runs through or diagonally through our lot.
Okay.
Is that a dedicated street of the village or a
Yes.
private drive?
Brittany and Brandon are the two dedicated roads.
Okay. Could I ask that there be no parking on that street, like you're doing with
Hidden Lake.
Hidden Lakes?
That's something we could definitely talk
Chief?
about.
You know, you talked about that.
Mhm.
A lot of times, you know, I don't see so much speeding, you know, I'm sure there is, but a lot of times, especially if I'm coming from Sanitarium, northwest, at night, a lot of trucks park on the curves and the bends.
Right.
And, you know, you're coming up there, you go to dodge the truck, and here comes a car right at you, you know, in their lane.
On the curve.
Right at you. And I don't know, in our rules, for our HOA, you can't park there. I don't think, you know, there's like, I don't know how many HOAs are in it. They were establishing HOAs, they do a build out HOA, the developer, and then turn over to an elected board.
Correct.
I know we're not allowed, but obviously you see vehicles down southwest, and so I think the HOAs are, I know they're different. I mean, I've
Right.
looked at some of the rules and regs, and they're just not there, or they're different, you know, and I think maybe this is one of them. And so I thought, when I saw your legislation for Hidden Valley, I thought that'd be a good thing for Brittany. I didn't know if it was a dedicated street, though. If it's a
Yes.
private street, you know, that's our problem. But,
Right.
okay, that's all I ask is consideration for.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll talk about it,
Yeah.
for
Thank you.
sure.
When we've gotten some heat and pushback from our, you know, decision to make Hidden Lakes no parking already, but I mean, it's definitely for the benefit and the safety of
Yeah, it's a-
everybody involved.
It's a real
so.
traffic safety issue.
Absolutely.
You know, there's, you know, double car garages and double driveways, and,
Sure.
you know, there's 4 vehicles. How many vehicles you got, you need to park way out on the street. there.
Right.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
We'll add it to our agenda and
Absolutely.
talk about it.
thank you.
So I can pass this over to you. Thank
Thank you.
Nobody else is appearing before council, and we have no old business, and we have no new business. So,
I don't see any reason to go into the
executive session this
executive
evening.
session this evening.
Heather?
Can I say something, please?
Sure.
Did, in case I missed it, did anyone mention about our fire levy?
No.
Well, I would just like to remind people that we have a fire levy, a renewal coming up, and that we need your support if you want to keep our fire department staffed 24 hours, 7 days a week, and don't want to be billed for when they have to come out or maybe transport you, that we need the voters to get out and support this renewal. And I will see you all next meeting.
Thanks,
All
Laura.
right.
Thank
Safe
you.
travels.
Thanks, Laura.
Bring some of that sunshine with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay.
I have a couple questions. I may appear before the board here.
Probably because you came in, you have to be signed up before 6, but we'll be more than happy after the
How
meeting.
about we adjourn and then we talk?
And then we
Really
can
quickly.
talk
That's
for
fine.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
No, no, you're good. You're
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call.
All right. Ms. Anderson?
yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coombs?
Yes.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
All right. Meeting adjourned at 6:36.
Thank you.
All right,
Megan.
yes.
I like it.
Yes.
Floor is yours.
Floor is all yours.
We just avoided a lot.